I didn't ride much, didn't have much motivation, didn't have a lot of desire, didn't have the inspiration that I needed. And a buddy inspired me to start riding. We went on a long trip together, and that changed my life. Here's an interesting topic. What inspires you to ride your motorcycle? That's what we're going to talk about today, real quickly. Because the sun's going down, and I don't like riding after dark. So the topic comes from a Facebook post, believe it or not, that I read last night. And it's one of the motorcycle camping groups that I'm in. The original post was, do you guys camp in graveyards, cemeteries? And if so, if not, why not? And it created a shitstorm. But anyways, it's interesting reading through all the replies. But one of the replies was a guy that was talking about, hey man, there is a graveyard outside of Dahlonega, Georgia, that the church welcomes people to camp there. And I was just kind of floored. I was like, really? And he also said, not just that, but they, damn dogs gonna get a kick to the head. He also said that this church brought in porta potties to encourage people to camp in their cemetery. And given the responses, like half the people were like, that's disrespectful, blah, 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 how dare you? And the other half were like, hey, what's the big deal? They're dead. You know, you're not desecrating graves. You're not doing, as long as you're not doing stuff like that, that's my opinion. That's why, in case you haven't seen that video that I made a couple years back, well, hell, it was last year. Yeah, the one I camped in, it was in Texas, and I was running out of options, and I'd already run out of daylight, and I camped in a graveyard. And it was awesome, and I want to do many more. Anyway, I responded to this guy. I was like, wow, Dahlonega, that's awesome. That's some awesome motorcycle riding around that area. North Georgia is pretty freaking epic. So I thought maybe if this is a real thing, I would like to go visit, knock out some cool riding in the area, and at the same time hit this graveyard, because I think it's a freaking really interesting story. And that's what I told him. I was like, if that's true, this could be a really interesting story. And so he replied, I said, where is it? And he dropped the link, the coordinates and the name of the cemetery. And I was like, okay. So the first thing I did was take a screenshot, dropped it into a folder that I'm going to put the rest of my videos in, probably a piece of this one in there too, because I think it's a hell of a story. And it made me start thinking about inspiration. What inspires you to get out and ride? I'm always looking for an excuse to get out and ride. Most of the time it's just doing something like I'm doing now. End of the day, I got a few minutes before the sun goes down. I'm going to go hit the road before the traffic gets too bad, which I'm closing on that time right now. But these old country roads, there's not much traffic on here anyway. But yeah, so that goes back to my question. What inspires you? I'm really good at finding excuses to ride. But I think that most people are not. I think most people needed to be prodded. In fact, I was pretty bad about that a couple of decades ago. I didn't ride much, didn't have much motivation, didn't have a lot of desire, didn't have the inspiration that I needed. And a buddy inspired me to start riding. We went on a long trip together, and that changed my life. And I would like to hopefully help you guys. Hey, you guys! I would like to help you guys maybe become inspired or find some inspiration somewhere. You too can find the meaning that I have in riding your motorcycle in cool places. And this could easily be a 2-day trip. over to Dahlonega, ride some cool roads, do some camping, do some filming, do some cooking, get back on the bike the next day. Or it could be a all weekend. I could go over there Friday evening, get in late, maybe camp on the way there, get up early Saturday morning, do some riding. There's all kinds of possibilities that exist on something like this. A small little project. And since I'm so good at finding inspiration, maybe I can help you, but I've got to know where I'm starting from. I imagine that quite a few of you, the most inspiration you've ever had to go ride your motorcycle was maybe a poker run or a bike night, or riding with your buddy to somewhere for lunch, or going to get a beer and some wings or coffee. I don't know what I'm starting with, but my guess is that everybody needs some help. My guess is that there's not going to be a whole lot of folks out there that are really good at getting out and finding cool things to do with their motorcycle. If that was true, I would see so many more people on the road every week. I would see people out in the middle of nowhere, but I know how many motorcycles are out there and how few of them get ridden. So that is the purpose of this. Let me find out what inspires you. Let me find out where everybody is. So I need a couple of comments from everybody that's watching this video. Where do you get your inspiration from? And what's the last awesome, inspiring trip that you made on your motorcycle? And it may just be, sadly, Don, the last trip I made was down to bike night, down to the coffee shop, down to the pub. That's what I typically do. I don't really go very far. Or once a year, I go ride wherever, the next county over. I go to the beach, or whatever that is. I really want to know. I want to know where I'm starting. And I know it's going to be painful for a lot of you to post something like that, because you're afraid that it might be revealing. But I'm trying to help here. I'm trying to help. See if I can inspire you, or find a way that you can find inspiration on your own, so you too can find the joy that I have found riding my motorcycle over the past few years. What have you got to lose, really?
Well, look, I need to know what I stand to win.
Everything.
How's that?
You stand to win everything, call it.
Because I know most of you are not fulfilled riding. I know that. I know you're looking for more. I just got to know where you're at, where am I starting from, and how can I help? Probably needs to be a whole other video.
I am quite aware of how bizarre this all might sound to a few of you, but I know for a fact that there are quite a few others. The people that I'm actually concerned about, the people that have this wonderful machine with two wheels on it, but can't seem to figure out what to do with it, or can't seem to figure out how to squeeze the most out of it. And that's what I've been trying to do for the last 15 years, is try to correct that mistake. Try to correct those bad ideas about what that motorcycle represents. Most people have an idea about their motorcycle as an identity or a lifestyle, or some foolish notion about what the best use of that motorcycle, that machine is. And I have been trying consistently for the past 15 years to try to overcome those bad ideas and point to the magnificence that is available with the proper use of these machines. And the proper use is actually riding them, using them how they were designed to be used, instead of creating some kind of an image for yourself and others. That's not how you're supposed to use these things. In order for me to be able to help you squeeze the juice out of your machine, I need to know where to start. I need to know what the obstacles are. And I kind of want to poo-poo the time thing because everybody has time problems. Everybody is running out of time. Nobody has more time on their hands than they know what to do with. And if you're one of those people, let me know in the comments, because I would love to know how you have so much time. I know there's quite a few people that are retired, but what about the rest of you guys? What about the rest of you folks that have got this magnificent machine and can't figure out how to put it to good use? But yeah, that's the whole purpose, is what's the inspiration, what's the thing that's missing, and I want to help. So let me know. I would like to just start a discussion here, so let me know how to help.
Now, let's see if we can do this. Now, winding up in the ditch, baby. It's a little stunt that I like to show. You too can turn around, do U-turns in the middle of the road despite having a humongous bike. You too can do this. You too can be a hero.